welcome from Retired and Living the Dream. Today's video is going to be a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've been waiting for various bits and pieces to come through, and this is about assisted living either in the UK or in Thailand. Which would you prefer, the UK or Thailand? Let's face it, age comes to us all, doesn't it? And now, especially with the government putting the age limit up before you can retire, who knows how old we're going to be before we retire in the long run. There's talk about putting it up to 68 and 70. Now I'm lucky, I've been retired since I was age 50 and I've loved every single minute of it. But now with the ageing population type of thing, people are expected to live longer, and because people are expected to live longer, more illnesses and things happen to you when you get older. So making provisions for when you get older, as to you never know what's going to happen. And I'll give you an example. Me and my friend, we had our joint 55th birthday party together. He was the life and soul of the party type of thing. He was an absolute, really nice guy. He's actually only 3 days older than me, so we're both 64 years old. But sadly, he's got dementia, and he's quite bad with his dementia now. So sometimes he recognises me, sometimes he doesn't. He knows what happened 30 odd years ago, but he doesn't know what happened yesterday. Now dementia is set in. He hasn't got a lot of money, and thankfully his girlfriend takes good care of him, even though he's got dementia. But he's becoming more and more difficult to live with. Now those people who know a little bit about dementia, my mother had dementia in there just before she passed in the last few years of her life, and dementia turns you into not a very nice person at all. So let's face it, if you're going to go down that slippery slope for dementia, what's your future going to be? Now, whilst I was over in the UK, I visited a care home, because when all said and done, that seems to be the future. With one thing or another, your family are working and they haven't got time to look after you. Here in Thailand, it's a totally different ball game. Basically, what happens is the family take care of you for all of your life. So therefore, there's no need for the Thai people to go into residential homes or care homes and things like that, because it's their culture type of thing. But the Western culture is the fact that if you start going a little bit, haven't got all your marbles, put it like that, then you get put into a home. But the cost of nursing homes and care homes in the UK is so expensive. So now, sometimes you might have to think outside of the box. And I was just going to mention some of the prices of what you would be paying in the UK compared to what you'd be paying here in Thailand. Now I've looked at this and I've been to a few different care homes and retirement homes and things like that. Now the one that I visited in the UK was in Readytofly. I won't say which home it was, but when all said and done, it had 64 residents in there, and they were very nice. They showed me around the whole facilities. Even though I walked around the care home and I talked to a couple of the residents, it's a little bit difficult to be able to have a proper conversation with them, because I was chaperoned all the time with one of the carers. I don't mind that, but basically in the care home that I visited, there was 3 levels. On the ground floor levels, all the doors are locked, so nobody can get out the building, and it is a key code lock. And so the residents can't leave the building. They were well looked after, they seemed quite happy enough. They had all the chairs and the TVs, and they had some nursing staff walking around, plenty of cups of tea and coffee and biscuits and stuff like that. Then the second floor, or the first floor above the ground floor, that was for some of the same residents that were not as compos mentis, if you like. So therefore they had no outside area to go around. It's just all on the same floor. Same thing with the doors were locked and things like that. And then on the top floor, on the second floor, all the people that were totally dementia, incapable of doing anything really, but just sat and looked after, and people sitting and talk to them and taking care of them. So it is what it is. Dementia robs us of our life type of thing, and those people who are in dementia or a state of dementia won't know what's happening, in my mind, in my opinion. And it's sad to see, but if you don't know what our quality of life is now compared to dementia, ask somebody that knows somebody who's had dementia, and it's a horrible way to go. But even so, they are still in a place that is caring, but the cost is so incredibly high. Basically, in this care home, it was £945 for the room only, and the more medical or attention that you got, the more it became expensive. So £945 per week this works out. So let's make it easy and round it up to £1,000 a week. So it's £4,000 a month. So if you've got a house, let's say, worth £300,000, the government are allowed to take that amount of money off the property. Although they can't sell the property whilst you're in care and things like that, but once you've passed away, then the government can claw back that amount of money that they've already paid in care. So for those people who are looking to try and save that amount of money, there are alternatives. And like I said earlier on in the video, looking outside of the box. So if you still lived in your house in the Western world, such as America, Canada, Australia, you know, the Western lifestyle type of thing, and you wanted to get somebody to take care of you, a carer, because you couldn't afford to move into the nursing homes, I can only go by how much it would cost you in the UK. And the UK, to get a carer into the house, is roughly £29 per hour. Yes, £29 per hour. And obviously the more skillful the person is, the more money it's going to cost you at the end of the day. So that's a big chunk of money to take care of you, even in your own home. Now, looking outside of the box, looking over here into Thailand, you can get a 24-hour carer living in your home for 30,000 baht a month, which is about £650 a month. You can have almost 24-hour care compared to the £29 per hour you would get the care for in the UK. So by looking outside of the box, you can make arrangements and using the equity of your house to be able to provide you a better lifestyle over here in Thailand. Now again, I don't get any kickback, I don't get any freebies, things like that from Sunshine International. Have a look at Sunshine International. They have got loads of photographs and loads of descriptions, loads of ways of where you can live in their establishments. They have gardens, they have swimming pools, they have seating areas, they have 24-hour coffee shops on site. They have got all the boxes ticked, in my opinion. You can have 12-hour care, 8-hour care, 24-hour care. There is in nurse facilities 24 hours a day with Sunshine International. I've been down to this organisation. I'll put a link to the video that I did. It is phenomenal. Now, in the UK at the minute, here we are now in October, you are going to be sort of locked up or inside the building because it's too cold to go and sit outside the building. Here in Thailand, it's warm all year round. Just that sunshine on your face and the blue skies makes you feel better anyway. But I couldn't think of anything worse than being sat in the care home from October until about April, May time before you could go out without jumpers, jackets, coats on, things like that. Then where do you go? Where can they take you to sit outside in the sun and the warmth? Impossible. So by looking outside of the box, see where your money is going to go. There are options to be able to use the equity in your house to be able to purchase somewhere which would save you money in the long run. Money that you could pass over to your family and friends and relatives. So for instance, if you didn't want to sell your house, things like that, for an apartment here, not just a room, an apartment over here in Thailand with Sunshine International and 24 hours care, excluding your meals, electricity and water, that would cost you 80,000 baht. Now I'll put the conversions in US dollars and euros and things like that up here. So 80,000 baht you can have in an apartment, not just a room, with up to 24-hour care, with nurse facilities, free movement around the garden, swimming pools, health spa facilities, on-site restaurants. Absolutely superb. Have a look at Sunshine International. I'll put the link down below so you can click onto their website, I think, and look. You will see for a fraction of the cost. You can look at ways, talk it over with your family of ways of being able to manage to be able to do this, or even phone up Sunshine International. They can discuss many ways of being able to live this lifestyle here in Thailand. It is affordable, it is possible, and I've seen it with my own eyes. It's wonderful. So like I said, I get nothing from this, no kickbacks, nothing. I just want to provide the information because I've seen it with my own eyes. And retirement lifestyle in your older age, and especially if you're suffering from a little bit of illness, it can go a long way and make you feel that bit better by living over here. And also just lately it's been announced that Sunshine International have come up with a deal with Bangkok Hospital, where you get discounted treatment at any of the Bangkok hospitals. That's the biggest question that I get of people. What about medical costs and things like that? If you're already saving a lot of money compared to what you'd be paying in the UK, that goes a long way over here towards your medical costs or medical facilities. Yes, it's going to cost you some money at the end of the day, but it's affordable and it's not prohibitively expensive. Just go and have a look, see what it is, and then go from there. So from Les, retired and living the dream, thanks very much for watching. Take care, have a great retirement.